Oh boy, all the complaining about the timer. See, I still, even with the timer, I still don't get my shit together in time. So that's why the timer exists, everybody. Because you know what? This is when the kids are going to sleep. You know, the baby literally doesn't fall asleep until like a second before I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm all over the place right now. Hold on here. I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to get this working. Hold on, everybody. All right, we're almost ready. The lights are going all spastic behind me. There we go. Okay. Let's try this again. Hello. Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing? Hope you're all doing well. Look how clear the stream looks today. Oh my gosh. This is StreamYard jacking up prices, but before they let you go, they give you a taste of the good stuff. And you know, that is something that any business should do, including NBA Top Shot. Give you a little taste. Give you a taste of the goody to get you hooked. Right? Your first experience should be a taste of the goody. It shouldn't be like a neutral or even a slightly unpleasant experience. It should be the goodness. And that's what they're trying to do here. But StreamYard bumped up the rates from $10 a month to $45 a month. I'm like, oh, I guess I'm going to have to learn, what is it called? OBS. So we'll see how that goes when I have to transfer over to OBS. But anyways, I'm glad we're here together, and we are here and we are happy, and we will have giveaways today. And our sponsor of Tandy Time, of course, is Top Shot Beta Coin. No direct affiliation with NBA Top Shot. 100 challenges, including a pretty interesting one that's going on right now, where you have to guess people that are involved with Top Shot Beta Coin. Well, I'll give you a hint. I've already told you I am, so there you go. But thanks to Top Shot Beta Coin, we're going to have a couple of rare moments to give away. So let's hit that drop. Thank you again, Top Shot Beta Coin, for being a sponsor of Tandy Time. The only Tans love you.
There you go.
Oh, yes. Let's see some comments already. How many kids do I have? I have 2 kids. One's a baby. She's only a year and a half years old, and the other little guy is 7. In Tandyville, it's 9:00 p.m. And Jordan says, you mean you can't schedule your kids put down to the minute? I know. What the hell, Jordan? Why can't we? Well, AI 2024. How have we not gotten there yet? Boss is here. Give me a little Dutch quack. Chubby is here. And ice cream is so good. And the word beta is banned in the Top Shot Discord. Only tan for life. And we got a sticker. Oh, yes. Ice cream so good. There it is. Thank you, Boston Base. Ice cream so good. Yes, yes. Strong woman. Grrr. Let's read his comment. He says, any thoughts on the following? 25,000 arcade packs, Supreme Jordan drop. I didn't know there was a Supreme Jordan drop. Mike Zakarian's hairline. I have no clue what's going on with Mike Zakarian's hairline. Roham talking WNBA. I did see that video. Boston Base meeting Larry Bird online. My thoughts. Let's run it. Let's run through it, everybody. Let's run through it. 25,000 arcade packs. Well, if we go and we share NBA Top Shots, or you know what, we can actually share OTM. We can go to both. Actually, we can do a wonderful voyage across the internet. But if we go and we take a look at what's going on, let's go. Let's do a little show and tell. So if we go on Top Shot's website, we can see these packs that one Boston Base is talking about. Those are right here. The arcade packs. Happy birthday, Top Shot, $5. And you can see you got some pretty big hits in here. If we go take a look at the pack itself, you can see the hits, including a LeBron James TSD, including these Cosmics from Series 1. And 25,000 packs. 4 moments are guaranteed to be common. In 1 moment, you have a 4.97% at a rare, which are squad goals, throwdowns, and for the win. A 0.01 at a hollow, and a 0.02 at a cosmic. So what are my thoughts? My thoughts are it is a lot of packs, and we know that also because if we go to OTM, you can take a look at what's going on. So OTM, it shows you that 35% of the packs have been opened, 11,600 packs. So 25,000 are for sale on the website. Is that right? And then 11,600 have been opened. So I would imagine that, the people who plan these packs maybe would have liked to see that number higher by now, which probably tells you that there's a little bit of an imbalance in terms of how much demand there was for the packs. So that would be my initial reaction, is just that it seems like there's more supply in this case than there was demand. Pretty simple, I guess. So if I could redo it or plan it for the next one, I would say sell less packs. And the other thing I would echo Steve when he was on the show, which is juice these packs, because we have these 25,000 packs, right? And 11,600 have been sold. I imagine, though, that number would be higher if we juice the packs a little bit. I think that it's probably just because people want to get their hands on those cosmics, and there's something so special about a cosmic. But if I were in charge, I would say exactly basically what Steve said, which is take some of those hollow MMXs, or even take off one of those cosmics and load a bunch of rares in there instead. Like load a crap load of rares, juice these packs, get those odds up. Instead of a few people hitting multiple $1,000 moments, have way more people hit moments in the hundreds of dollars. And then I think these packs are a lot more desirable. So that's my take on the arcade packs. What's next? Supreme Jordan drop. Well, I'm going to have to Google that now. Supreme Jordan drop. My initial reaction would be I didn't even realize that this was happening. And also, I thought Supreme wasn't that cool anymore. That's what I thought. So if we go and look, Supreme Jordan drop, it looks pretty cool. It looks a little weird, though, with like the Jordan Dunker Airman logo with Supreme. I mean, we've never seen that before. So I actually am not really that sure if I like it yet. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm seeing this for the first time. Something seems a little off to me, that the Airman logo with Supreme, something just seems off. Even though these are going to be highly coveted items, they almost look like they come from Temu, because those two things should not be together. So I'm not a big fan. I guess that's my immediate reaction. And what else? Mike Zakarian's hairline. I didn't know that there was any news about Mike Zakarian's hairline. I don't really have an opinion on Mike Zakarian's hairline. I mean, my hairline could use some work too. So I'm not one to sit here and badmouth Mike Zakarian's hairline. God bless Mike Zakarian for having a full head of hair. I think that's what we have to be happy with at this age. Roham talking about the NBA. That's the next item on Boston Base's list. I did see Roham talking about the NBA. If I can find it, we could even share the audio if I could find it fast enough. But I'm getting an error from this overpriced StreamYard platform that's telling me that the audio isn't working on my screen share. Wow. Thanks, StreamYard. Anyway, Roham talked about the NBA. He basically said that the demand was very high. It was the best series they've had so far of the NBA, which isn't exactly a surprise to me. I mean, you have Caitlin Clark. That alone will make it the best series of the WNBA. And it's the same sort of deal that we're going to see in the NBA, which is last year, last series, we had Wemby, we had Chet Holmgren. And this year, we're not going to have star power to that level. Nothing close to that level. I think people are going to be geeked out for LeBron James Jr., but not to the level of Wemby. It's not going to have that kind of a price point. So you're sort of at the mercy or at the benefit of whoever is in that rookie class. And yeah, so according to Roham, big year for the WNBA, and I'd agree. The demand was high for WNBA. I think they had good numbers in terms of supply that they released. I think it was smart the way that they handled they controlled the number of rookies and how to get the different moments from the rookies, the same way they did in the Wemby series. And I think this is what we have to see moving forward. And I'd like to see it expand to the star players as well. Hat tip to Bramira, who released a really cool, like, interactive version of how he would love to see the main page on the platform. And a big part of that is moments that we vote on, that we want to see, that we want to mint. And we get it by crafting using previous moments that we're already holding. So that's all good stuff. I'd like to see more of it. And finally, the last item on this sticker from Boston Base is Boston Base meeting Larry Bird online. So I said in a video today on my Twitter feed, and I've said it before as well on a tweet, that this is amazing. This is the future of fandom. This is what it's supposed to be. Experiences that either you can't buy or would be quite hard to buy. Because you could go out and you could try to buy a cameo of Larry Bird wishing your sister a happy birthday, but it's not the same as just hanging out with Larry Bird, coming up with some questions that you feel good about. Like, do a little research, get your Austin Kent on and do some research, Boston based, and get there with some interesting questions. I already told him some questions I'd like him to ask Larry Bird, including why he hasn't grown his mustache back, because I think one of the best mustaches in the history of the NBA is Larry Bird's mustache. So why is that mustache? Why is it not grown? Why is it not back? We missed the mustache, Larry Bird. Thank you for the sticker, Boston Base. Very, very kind, very generous. Neil has a 2-year-old and a 4-month-old. Oh boy, that's hard. Chubby says, hopefully we won't get hoodwinked by Alexo on this one. Stan says, this man made an ad for this crap. Are you talking about the arcade packs? Did I make an ad for arcade packs? I don't even remember. But Stan, listen, I'm a partner of NBA Top Shot. They release new product. I'm gonna make ads. I'm gonna make videos. That's what I do. And again, I don't think, listen, some people are going to hit huge in those packs. The majority are not. It's the same as physical cards. If you don't like the odds, if you don't like the packs, don't buy them. That's all there is to it. And in the grand scheme of things, Top Shot adding liquidity by taking moments off the platform with their own dapper is a good thing. All I'm saying is they should spread it a little further, the same way that Steve said. Boston Base said the lesson here is spend $5 and dominate the Tandy Show. That is a lesson, Boston Base. Ryan says, I remember back in my day when birthday packs were free. That is true, Ryan. Boston says, based on the active user base, 25,000 seems a bit absurd. Yeah, I don't think you're wrong there. Ricky says, hello, good afternoon. And Boston Base, juice the packs. Juice the packs. Neil says, my kids have just woken up. Please add me to the wheel or the duck races. Don't worry, Neil. I got you, okay? Hopefully you've already done the Twitter stuff because you're already there. But you know what? I'm going to add you. Add Neil. Add Neil, I'm saying. Okay. Top Shot Hotshot says, so we can get free steroids with every pack bought. I'm good with that. Sincerely, Mr. Low T. Jordan says, all for the Supreme and Jordan drop if you're into it. but why no shoes? That's a good question, Jordan. And let's keep on going. Bodwine doesn't like the colors of those Jordans. Biggie t-shirt hit, says Boston Base. He wanted to talk about WNBA. We did. Wemby and Caitlin Clark are the keys to juicing packs. Exactly. Wemby rookie common 4 badge will crash when the new commons are released. Do people agree? So this is what we talked about last week, Chubby. And I don't know if you listened to that episode yet or if you're here, but oh man, I think I'm getting sick. I when you feel it. But yes, I agree. And that's why Top Shot needs to sort of tiptoe around how they release new Wemby. Obviously the only common Wemby has to be a challenge moment. That's for damn sure. Ideally, oh geez, I don't even know. Because listen, if we were in a really good spot collectability wise, then it wouldn't matter. Because people would say, who cares? I want the real deal. I want the rookie card of Wemby. But we're not in that spot, unfortunately. That's just not where we're at. And so, yes, if a common Wemby gets released, because of its relation to Fast Break, it's going to hurt the rookie, unfortunately. Unless maybe if there's clear ways to show that you're going to need that rookie for something. But again, it gets too complicated in my head when I start to reason out the different ways that they could somehow preserve the value of the rookies. Because ideally, in a perfect world, and Jacob said this on the show also, is that like ideally a rookie is a rookie. A rookie is special. You don't want to trade for like the base moment because you want the rookie. But that's very collectability based, and we are still very much in the, I guess, fast break, but also the sort of the flipping and that kind of the culture on Top Shot. So I think at the very least, whatever Wemby common has to be like an expert challenge reward, ideally. So ideally, there's like no Wemby release the whole series until the end when he's an expert reward. That's the ideal scenario. And he should honestly be like the expert reward for the commons and for the rares and for the legendaries, etc. Like they need to preserve as best they can because he really is like the golden goose. They need to do something special. I'm not sure what, but if I were on that end of the table, that's what I'd be thinking about. Boston Bay says, Hooper, we have to look at it as an opportunity, and so does Top Shot. LB says, I'm so angry at Roham. Help. Boston Bay says, my wife is crying. LB says, watching his interview re-traumatized me. I'm sorry, LB. Here, let's give LB a hello darkness, because I think this is how he's feeling.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
You know, I think that you can't expect Roham to go into an interview and be and say anything remotely negative. I mean, like that's not what you do as a CEO. So let's see more optimism and let's just hope things continue down the proper path, because I think they did a lot of things right, but sometimes they do things that could be improved. When are WNBA fast break packs coming, says Ryan? I have no idea, but Mr. Kicker says it's on Friday. Ryan gave a trophy. That's very nice, Ryan. And Jared says, hello. Hi, Jared. Banana says that she's in the chat. Hello, Banana. Happy birthday to you. Jared says they have hinted at base set challenge rewards. What does that mean? Does that mean like collecting the entire base set? Ryan says 40K Wembys for all. Make Wemby great again. Boston says, oh man, this chubby comment is so my territory. Basically, it's all about how Top Shot decides to value items in parallel activities like challenges and fast breaks. So the inherent value of Top Shot is sus. I'm going to need to like read that 12 more times to understand what we're talking about here. It's how Top Shot decides to value items in parallel activities like challenges and fast break. All right. I'm still not quite sure, but I think it's probably just a version or a flavor of what I was talking about, where it's like collectability versus gamification. Micah says, sorry, I'm just here to release all my DMs with Tandy. No, Mike, don't do it. Hold on, do I have that? Do I have that video? Man. I had a good one and I can't find it. It's when Michael Scott is saying no. Oh, here.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
That's how I feel, Mike, when you threaten to release our DMs. Badawine says, let Wemby have a Zoom call with all 4,000 TSD holders. That would be a large Zoom call, but I like where you're going with this idea. Jared says, it is special. There's just not enough collectors here yet. Yeah, we're talking about the rookie Wemby moment. Boston says, they consider the TSD to have inherent value as the first moment, so they don't try to pump it. As a collector, how do you react to that? Well, we did see them pump it, and we're seeing the same thing happen with the Caitlin Clark stuff too, which is how they handle rookies. And the way they pump it is they give it crafting utility. And so that reduces supply. They need to continue thinking on that wavelength for the best players and the best moments of the best players. So now that I'm thinking about it, the same way that like Bermira in his War and Peace novels talks about how like you should apply it to all stars. So maybe you don't apply it to all stars, all the stars, but maybe you do apply it to like literally every star that has a TSD over, say, I don't know, $75. Any player with a TSD over $75, we try to like protect that TSD, and we do these kind of activities to every series, like protect that TSD, protect that rookie card, because we're not at that collectability. The balance on collectability versus like flipping and speculation and gamification, that stuff is way outweighing collectability at this point, because the general public just still don't quite get digital collectibles. We are a cozy little group here, guys. I mean, I don't know if you realize that, but we are a niche group. We are a niche audience. And I was thinking about this too in the shower, which is that you have like a group of people that found Top Shot, that really bought into Top Shot, and that also happened to be during the heady, crazy times. But that crypto native, Twitter native group was like the original mass audience for Top Shot, right? And this whole marketing conundrum for NBA Top Shot is, where do you find the rest of the people that have a little bit of that crypto Web3 in them, but weren't on Twitter, or didn't spend much time on Twitter, but they still have that little seed of crypto Web3 in them? That is like the kind of people, that's the holy grail that you need to find. And I know I've gone on and on about it in the past, about how I think it's like physical collectors, and I think it's also other collectors, other NBA fans, other like forums and web forums and Reddit subreddits and all that kind of stuff. All those people that don't necessarily live on Twitter, live in NFT land, because those people are going to come back. They might come back if you sort of tease them with really cool things happening, really big sales happening, really cool experiences happening, fun fast break challenges with cool rewards happening. Like, I think there's still hope there to find those people and bring them back. But you want to find that audience that doesn't already have that impression of what Top Shot is and what Top Shot was, because that's what makes it, in my opinion, difficult when you already have a really strong idea of what something is. And even though it can change later, you might already have your sort of deep-seated impression of it, right? It's like an ex-lover that was terrible, whatever, like a someone that you have a very strong impression of. And even though that person can change, I've changed, baby, take me back. Sometimes you don't want to, let's keep it going. Let's see here. Banana says, I don't even own a Wemby, and I hope they don't release his comment. Exactly, Banana. LB, did you just almost accidentally say if you were on that end of the eggplant? I don't know. I'm going to have to watch this back to see if that's what I said. Boston says, oh, is this one of those episodes where Tandy just reads the comments? Yes, Boston Base, it is. This is a check-in with the chat. This is generally how this goes. Wemby 4-badge rookie has actually gone up slightly, says Chubby, and he's monitoring it. Yeah. I have some Dapper in my wallet as well, and I'm kind of looking at the Wemby as well, but part of me is cautious because I don't know what they're going to do in the next series. And if they do release another Wemby, then obviously that's going to hurt that value a lot, just because I think our understanding of how that 4K rookie works and is valued might not be the same as how the team behind Dapper is, because they really have a more sort of idealistic view of how this all works in terms of it's a rookie. It'll always be a rookie. There's only going to be one rookie, which is true, but we need a lot more collectors for that to truly hit home. LB says you can decrease Wemby TSD mint size with burn boards for the next crop of rookies. Just burn it. Are you going to burn your Wemby for who exactly, LB? I mean, like, what rookie are you going to burn your Wemby for? Are you going to burn it for, let's see, Alex Sarr? Are you going to burn it for Reed Shepard? I don't like, honestly, Zachary Rechachier. I don't know how to explain that French guy, but are you going to burn your Wemby for him? I don't think I wouldn't. Banana said, I guess I need to break the floor for Greedy Dick's card, protected at all costs. And Ryan says, then you're artificially holding up the floor for an even bigger crash down the road. Supply and demand. I'm not sure what you're talking about. I'm a little delayed on this chat, but if you're talking about having like trade-in events and crafting events to help those TSDs, I disagree, Ryan. I think, I don't think that's a problem if you keep that consistent, because ideally you're trying to keep things afloat while you hope to get to that Valhalla of hundreds or thousands and thousands of new collectors who find Top Shot, who it makes sense to them, who Top Shot can sort of take the next leap. That's what we're all hoping for, right? And once that happens, then we won't have to worry too much about any kind of artificial propping up. Shower time with Tandy. Nothing like thinking Top Shot under the shower. I'm telling you, I think about Top Shot more than I should. LB, why? So they shouldn't have pissed on the entire Web3 community. I mean, pissing on any community is probably not a good thing. It's probably not a good idea. Banana says, holding anything by price point will cause issues in general. I think controlling rookies is by mint count and utility. And here's J Metz. Tandy, 50 million people are on Roblox. If anyone has interest in this iteration of Top Shot, they'd have already joined. Well, I think in terms of like the Web3 audience, I think they have already joined, and that's my whole argument. But in terms of Roblox, yeah, we should why not? That's what I mean. There are these other huge communities. Roblox, I don't know if Roblox makes the most sense. Maybe there is something there for Roblox, but I think those are mostly like 14-year-old kids. But there are other communities out there that are not these sort of crypto Twitter Web3 types. Dap Insider says Dapper has a marketing issue? ? Metz is not a big Dapper fan. Top Shot Hotchat says Tandy is a leader we need. Thinking about Top Shot in the shower. Is that how Miss Tandy gets you in the mood? Just has to bring up Top Shot? Respect. Yes. Miss Tandy says to me, I want to talk about Victor Wembanyama's 4K and how we keep them scarce. And I just, you really know how to talk my language. Stan wants the fist bump. Let's give it to him. We can't make Stan wait.
So I appreciate it. Yeah, man, that was an awkward fist bump. Don't clip that. Don't clip that. Just gonna clip that. It's gonna go viral. Jesus Christ. No, I appreciate it. It was weird.
Jay asks, Sean, aka Packrip, has publicly said that he's done with Top Shot. Does that make me sad? I guess there is a part of me that makes me sad, because Sean was like one of the biggest, hugest supporters of Top Shot. But you know what? We'll go back to the ex-lover example. Once your lover leaves you, it can affect the way you feel. And I think that I'm not surprised that Sean feels differently after being jilted. Is that the word? Jilted? I don't know if that's the word. But no, I'm not surprised. And also Sean got big into like shit coins and things like that. And I understood why he wanted to like transfer out his funds to go gamble on shit coins. DeCloak says lower mint counts from the get-go. 4K TSDs is too high with current amount of people in Top Shot. You know, you might be right, DeCloak, but I don't know. I don't know if I like the idea of reducing it, if that's what we've already gotten accustomed to, but you might be right. I need to think about that some more. Matt says on Top Shot's birthday, all the executives from Dapper were Twitter posting about their new egg game. Yeah. I mean, you're right. But two things can be happening at the same time, I suppose. And I also suppose that those people are not like the Top Shot people are not also the egg people. Some egg people are Top Shot people, vice versa. Boston says the newest drop from Mark Zuckerberg was a set of more lightweight AR glasses. Is dorks like Zuck hyping AR good for Top Shot's future? Yes, I would argue that it is. Dorks hyping up AR is good for Top Shot's future just because the more we become increasingly digitally native and the more we no longer have real life relationships and we talk to AI robots instead of real people and they become our friends and they become our entertainment and we just live inside of our own little box in a pair of glasses removed from the rest of the world, the better for Top Shot because then we're going to become more and more digitally native, and digitally native is what Top Shot's all about. Top Shot Hotshot says fist bump and Twitch guy always make me smile. Well, then I guess we'll give you. Well, first, do we have a Twitch guy? We don't have a Twitch guy, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. Twitch guy. Boston says Sean said that while engaging with the Top Shot community, running a giveaway and buying moments. Doesn't sound like someone who's done with Top Shot. Boston Base, not a fan of Mets. Jordan says that AI robot will totally appreciate my TS moments, though, when I talk with them. That's true. That AI robot will be like, hey, Jordan, I love your collection. You want to talk about it? And Jordan will be like, yes, can we talk about it? And then they'll have an AI generative conversation for hours. What else, everybody? Caitlin Clark was named the Rookie of the Year in the WNBA. So congrats to Caitlin Clark. And there is a trade-in event sort of related to what we were just talking about. There's a trade-in event. Let me share that so you can see what's going on. Vince Carter, last shot, shared this information. He said Caitlin Clark's rookie debut moment went from $149 on October 1st to $275 today due to a trade-in contest. I wish they had done a similar trade-in contest where Vince Carter's run it back origin moment. This would have reduced the supply of older Vince Carter moments, increasing their value rather than requiring us to lock 5 other player moments. So yeah, this is the rare playoff moment. This was happening for all the WNBA players, which is what Library said. Yeah, this is this, but for all new moments. Okay, so I actually this is exactly what we were just talking about, and this is exactly what Bramiro was talking about. So there's some big thinkers who are all saying the same thing. So hopefully the dapper folks are paying attention, because I think that people who really care about this platform and who are very much involved in this platform want to see more of this crafting for new moments idea. And we obviously know that they're capable of it. So let's see it. The thing is, though, you have to balance that out with revenue goals and selling packs. And so on the one hand, you want more crafting. You want things like that. On the other hand, though, you're still going to need to sell out packs. That's where the revenue comes from. So you're gonna have these arcade packs and things like it, which might be harder to get the best hits, but they need to make that revenue. However, juice the packs. Don't buy as many legendaries and buy more rares. And then it won't be as bad of an experience for the people who are buying these packs, right? So I think we can find the right balance, people. Keep hope alive. You must keep hope alive. Let's keep it going. Dap says, Boston Base, Sean's life is fueled by impressions, so giveaways won't stop. Chubby says, is that you singing Twitch guy, Tandy? It is, Chubby. Stan says, cat trade thoughts. This seems like a good trade for both teams, if I'm being honest. I think that I don't know enough about the T-Wolves, honestly, to tell you if like adding DiVincenzo and Randall, how that's going to be really different from Cat. I mean, I know that they have Naz Reid, who is a young guy, and I think they probably wanted to give him some more shine, some more playing time. So this goes in that direction. So they must be pretty happy with that trade for that reason, I would think. And adding a sharpshooter like DiVincenzo, I think he's probably being overlooked right now. But I think that could help out the T-Wolves, especially a slash and dash guy like Edwards, it can help open up the floor. But Cat was doing that for the T-Wolves as well. He was opening up the floor because he's a big guy that could also shoot. So I think that that a lot of Knicks fans weren't very happy with Randall. So I think just the vibes will probably be up. And it seems like the Knicks are going to have a pretty damn good team this year. However, I don't think the Knicks are going to beat the Celtics. I think the Celtics are too strong. I mean, I'm happy for Knicks fans. I'm happy that they're going to have a better team to root for. But I don't think they're going to beat the Celtics. Could be wrong, and you never know with injuries and such, but that's my take right now on the trade. Boston says deserved. It might have been Angel if she didn't get injured. She may have missed some layups, but she dominated rebounds and broke records. Yeah, it was a great WNBA season because of the fire that was fueled by those two ladies, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, that made the entire season a lot more interesting. And they really seem to have turned a corner this year, the WNBA. So ideally, they continue to grow and they get to a point where their revenue goes up and they can sort of not be the butt of the joke any longer about, not making much revenue and such. Neil says 3% marketplace fees to Top Shot and 2% to NBA player themselves for their own moments, Spotify type vibes. Yeah, I mean, listen, Neil, if we were back in the days of making like whatever it was, $200 million a month in marketplace sales, then yeah, that looks pretty damn good. But we need thousands and thousands of more people on this platform to get there. And so there's a lot that needs to happen before we can think about something like that, I would argue. Mike says that VC last shot complaint is just complaining about their own bags. Yes and no, Mike. It is his own bags, but I don't hate the idea. I mean, it goes along the same amount, the same line of thinking, which is just when we have new stuff, it should make sense if we are so dialed into the marketplace and our collections are so, what's the word? It's like such a liquid collection that you can buy and sell instantly, and prices are so volatile can be so volatile for that reason, that you want reasons to hold the old stuff, and you want reasons and you want ways to keep the older stuff that's supposed to be the best stuff, like the most collectible stuff. You want it to have utility to sort of like drive us in that direction, instead of the way that it is now, which is we look for kind of the best deal depending on what we're doing. For example, playing fast break, a lot of people go for just the cheapest common if they want one use, the cheapest rare if they want two, and then that affects everything else. So it's not easy to balance this all out, but that's obviously what we're hoping to do. Neil says it's a big reach on the players market their own moments. No, I don't expect players to market their own moments. Chubby says, damn, should have bought a Caitlin. Speculation, hashtag. Yeah. Scully says, juice it up. Mike says, pretty funny as an aside that Dapper is back to focusing on Crypto Kitties projects again. I think it's pretty amazing, actually. It actually makes me optimistic about Dapper because Crypto Kitties seemed like it was completely stale and nothing was happening and no one cared about Crypto Kitties anymore. And then all of a sudden they created like demand from nowhere, I thought. Like, where did this come from? So the fact that they are able to do such a thing is actually gives me optimism. It makes me think, okay, these guys, they know how to drum up marketing, interest. They know how to create something that becomes viral. Like, they know what they're doing. That should make you feel good. Not bad. Makes you feel good. Boston says, Tandy, the first guy thinking this was a good trade for both sides. Really? Who dominated the trade, Boston? Do you think the Knicks dominated the trade because they got the bigger name? Mike says, I generally think it's a good trade for both teams, but I'd lean Minnesota. Boston says, F you, Mike. Don't mess with my comment. Just kidding. I love you. Hornets won the trade, says Licka. And Mike says, I love the concept of Randall on an elite second unit. Randall, DDV, Naz Reid, Nickel Alexander Walker, and Rob Dillingham. I do think there are some spacing issues that Minnesota needs to work out. And if you want more where that came from, Weisberg is streaming again. He's doing his On the Break pod. It's coming back. And you know he's going to nerd out to that kind of stuff. So go find Weisberg. Ryan says, whatever team gets the Michael Jordan of Delaware wins the trade. And Dap says, who were Tandy's guesses in the beta? Well, Dap, I know who works. I know who's part of the beta. So I don't have any guesses. And Beta and I have been partnering through this show. They sponsor the show. They get people like you to get into the wheel and on the duck race to win cool, rare moments. So for that, we are very thankful for Beta, and we don't care who's behind it.
Hey, no.
Mike says, since you mentioned it, there's his URL for his On the Break pod. He says, go subscribe. We'll have new content by the start of the year. I almost thought about doing something funny and giving Mike a timeout for spamming the chat, but no, I didn't do that. It's that time of the show again where I have to go and collect all the names, and it's something that I wish I had done before I started the show, but it's the same thing every week, which is it's always a rush for me. And then I end up having to kill time and talk to you guys while I do this super annoying thing where I have to go and put the tweet in the Twitter picker, get all the names, filter all the names out, go put them into ChatGPT. ChatGPT then has to give me all of them in a CSV file. But first, ChatGPT tries to make me download a CSV file. So anyway, that's what I'm doing right now while I'm talking to you. Turn these into a CSV list here in the web browser, not a download. So I swear, I think next week I'll do this ahead of time, guys. I promise, maybe. But anyway, while that's loading up, let me go back and see who's else in the chat. We got a Strad showing. Strad's quacking in the chat. Hello, Strad. How are you? QA, is it late? Boston Base wanted to see me give Mike a timeout. Tuned in like a rent seeker, says QA. How did you guys know, by the way? How did you guys know that I was going to do a giveaway soon? I guess I got to start doing it at the beginning of the show, don't I? Boston Base says, shit, my dog's barking at UPS. Did I say quack in the chat? You guys are awesome, huh? You guys just know to start quacking. You can see it in my glasses. Oh, interesting. So yeah, let's quack in the chat, everybody. I'm getting the CSV together. I've got it right here. I've got all my Twitter people. So I'm going to select that. I'm going to go over to the wheel of names and we're going to get this going. So I got the wheel of names and then I need Nightbot too. So make sure you keep quacking in the chat because I just started Nightbot now. So it's not going to have you in there yet. So I need you guys to quack in the chat again, even if you already quacked in the chat. So start quacking. Start quacking. We'll give that a few minutes. And I'll get you in there. Let's see. Is that working? Where are you guys? Okay. Keep quacking. Keep quacking. I know there's more of you here, so I need to give this a minute or two. Let's see. It says there's 30 of you in here, so hopefully we can get that number higher. It says there's 13 quackers. That seems really low if 30 of you are watching. 14. All right, I guess we'll just keep it going a little longer and I'll just talk about something else. What should we talk about? I'll take some water. "30 people here, only 12 likes," says Mike. What's wrong with you guys? Let's get those likes up. I see 17 people quacking. We should get at least 17 likes, guys. At least 17 likes if we have 17 quacks. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. VP debate, says Boston Base. That's true. There was a VP debate. JD Vandersloot and Jim Gaffigan. That was I did not watch the whole thing, but I saw a couple of points there. VP debate, says Boston Base. Thank you for the ice cream. I only saw a couple of like clips on Twitter and such. So yeah, I don't know. I thought there was a nice heartfelt moment, a very American moment when what's his name again? Jim Gaffigan guy, bald man, Harris and Waltz. When Waltz was like, my 17-year-old son was viewing, was in the middle of a whatever, was somewhere, and he had to see a shooting. Jesus Christ, I can't talk today. I'm sorry, guys. My 17-year-old son witnessed a shooting, and JD Vandersloot was like, "Oh, heavens to Betsy, I'm so sorry." And I just thought, man, Is there anything more American than that? I mean, it's terrible. It's not funny. Speaking of that, like there's actually a shooting in Lisbon, Portugal the other day too. So more American every day. Yeah, but shootings are bad. Okay. Top Shot Hot Shot says the American people won that debate. Nice to see it respectful instead of all trumped up. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Mike says, Tandy, thoughts on the preseason starting on Friday? My thoughts are that's great. I don't have any key, really interesting thoughts about the preseason. But it's fun. It's fun to watch the rookies. It's fun to overreact. All right, so we got 18 of you. Please make sure that 18 likes are in there. I can't see, but I sincerely hope that there's 18 likes. I'm going to add you guys into the wheel right now. Let's give it to you 1. Let's give it to you 2. Let's give it to you 3. Is Neil in here? I'm going to let Neil. Neil had to go back to his kids, so I'm going to get him in here. Neil. There we go. All right. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Quack in the chat. You guys all quacked in the chat. So now we are going to spin the wheel of destiny. And I think this is going to be for the Julius Randle. So the wheel is going to be for Julius Randle, and the next one will be for Cat. So let's do it. Ready? Who's going to win? Who's going to win? Julius Randle where? Looks like a Twitter user. What is that, an L or an ish or an I? Ishimix 28. I've never heard of that person before, but congratulations, Ishimix 28. Never heard of you, but good to see you. Good to see you. All right, cool. Well, now we can do the duck race too. Oh, Neil is there. So Neil, I might have just juiced it in your favor, Neil. You just had a lot of entries, but even with all those entries, Neil couldn't take it home. Ishimix won it. Now we are going to do the duck race. This is for the Only Tans that are here live. This is why it pays to be an Only Tan. And you are going to be able to win a very sassy Karl Anthony Towns, the most sassiest player on the Knicks probably. And let's get some shuffling. Let's do that. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Strad says Top Shot birthday packs. I thought they had a guaranteed S1. Whoopsie daisy, Strad. I hope you didn't go buck wild thinking you had a guaranteed S1. That would be a little bit of pain, wouldn't it? All right, so let's do this duck race to see who's going to win the zesty Karl Anthony Towns, and that is thanks to our zesty friends at Top Shot Beta.
Hey, no.
LB asks, who is my pick to win the championship? The Miami Heat? Oh, definitely LB. By the way, it's funny how Jimmy Butler showed up to the Miami Heat photo shoot this year without a silly trolling haircut or something this year. And apparently he's in a contract year. So no joking this time. Boston Base says, wait, I don't see my name. Well, go cry about it, Boston Base. All right. Here we go. On your mark, get set, go. Neil is in front. Look at that. Should we just stop it now and let Neil win? Neil's in front by a beak. Mr. Kicker is right behind in his Duck Cheney, actually. That's what we should say. DeCloak is there. Texans is there. Jordan is there. A lot of Ducks are in the front right now. So we'll see who is going to take it or if it's going to be someone in back. DeCloak is in the front. He won, I think, 2 weeks ago or last week. I don't remember. But Texans MVP is now in the front. And Stevie Wonder 88 is also making his way to the front. But Texans is in front by a full duck length with 20 seconds to go, but now he's slowing down. Neil is now in front with 17 seconds to go. Is that going to be enough for Neil, or is he going to slow down? 12 seconds, 10 seconds, 9, 8, 7, 6. Uh-oh, Neil's slowing down. Here comes someone fast. The Batman duck, Stevie Wonder. Look at this. Oh my gosh. That was so close. Stevie Wonder, 88. That was incredibly close. He won by one duck's beak, basically. Stevie Wonder. Neil gets second place. Chicken Frig gets third. Weisberg is there in fourth. Let's see. Who is our last place finisher? That would be Badawine in dead last place. Badawine just can't get it done today. So Stevie Wonder 88. I'm gonna need your Top Shot name because you have won the Carl Anthony Towns Full of Zest rare moment. So Stevie, what is your Top Shot username? Let's see. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Reddy says, I find the races to be more excited when you have a piece of the action. What does that mean, Reddy? Were you not in the race? Or what are you talking about here? Stevie won, my friend. Let's see. Stevie Wonder 88. Stevie Wonder 88. Stevie Wonder 88. That's a nice fast break piece right there. Reddy, you were out. I'm sorry, Reddy. Got to get here early. Ready? Look, it's like 9:50. So for you in the East Coast, it's like 4:55. You got to figure you got to get something in the chat before 4:55 if you want to get in the duck race. The Twitter thing, or not the Twitter thing, but the Nightbot gives you like a 15-minute window to get your comments in there. So, just get some comments in there, but before like 4:45, you should be good. I joined late. I'll watch the replay. That's what I like to hear, Reddy. You are a real OnlyTan. You are a key member of this community.
We love the community.
LB says, please do it. I don't even know what I'm talking. What are we talking about right now, LB? Did I say something? Oh, tell Larry all about it, Boston Base. I'm missing some kind of a conversation happening here in the chat, but LB wants Boston Based to tell Larry Bird something about. I'm not sure what about, but here. Hi, Mr. Bird. There was a duck race and Badawine finished last. Do you in any way associate that with his location? Oh, I got it. That's a good question. I hope you do ask that. And then Jacob will give you a timeout and you'll get thrown out of the Zoom call, most likely. Well, we have like 4 minutes. Do you guys have any questions? You want to ask any questions? Let's see. Let's see. I don't really have too much today. Again, I need to get some guests. I think next week we're gonna have some guests though. We're gonna have like a little round table. We're gonna talk beta coin and other meme coins, and I don't know what else, but we're gonna have some smart people here, and hopefully that'll be entertaining for you all. Well, I'm waiting to see if anybody has any other questions for me. Otherwise, we will say sayonara. Here we go. Boss Base with some questions. Tandy, do you get any natural disasters where you're at? You can crash with me. There have been some big storms here in Portugal, and also in the summer, actually, we have some huge fires, some really, really dangerous wildfires. There was just one recently. Luckily, not where I live, but we get big storms. Sometimes trees will fall down. There's massive fires during the summer. So that was happening, like I said, in the north, like last week, and it was very scary. There was photos that I saw where cars were on the road and it's literally like a wall of fire. It looks like you're in hell. Pretty scary stuff. And I think 200 years ago, there was a massive earthquake in Lisbon that destroyed the city. So that's always something that could potentially happen as well. So hopefully it won't happen for another 200 years, though. Wildwine says, I'd be honored, but please ask him about his favorite wedgie instead, he says. Top Shot Hotshot wants to hear Mets versus Boston Base on the topic of Israel and Gaza. Well, that can be on another stream. Dap says, smart people, huh? Like who? Well, you'll see, Dap. I'm trying to get together some names. Don't worry about it. Strad says, when is the Top Shot roadmap coming? It came like right before the season started last year, if I'm not mistaken, right? So I'd expect something similar. And I guess that's it, everybody. I guess that's it. We're pretty much at time. And I guess I could look for maybe a video to play for you because we have like a minute or so. How about let's simp?
Let's sim.
Let's sim.
Let's sim.
Let's sim. Let's sim. Let's sim.
Well, everybody, thanks for watching. Oh, by the way, I watched the whole Vince McMahon show on Netflix. I recommend it. It's good. Good. We talked about that briefly last week. Anyway, thank you for being here. Boston Bay says thank you for the great show. Thank you for watching the show. This would be nothing without the community, without you guys. And yeah, I appreciate you all. And I hope you have a nice rest of your day, a nice weekend. And we will talk again next week. And NBA is almost here again. Get excited. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Static Selector.